So, despite your rather public show of support for my rival, Varteg tells me you understand who is to be king. I'm glad to hear that, Warden. So what brought about this change of heart?
As far as everything I've seen politically has given me the impression that you would genuinely be a better king than Harriman.
I will. And I'll be the only king who could get you the troops you need to face the Blight. But first, I need to get on that throne. And you've already damaged my ability to do that.
What do you need me to do?
Exposing Harriman's connections to Jarvia has definitely hurt his chances. But I will need something big, something dramatic enough to put me over the edge. What do you know of the Paragon Branca?
She was a smith and inventor.
2 years ago, she heard of something the Ancients created. It inspired her to leave everything behind and venture into the deep roads. She is the only Paragon in 4 generations, and she turned her back on her responsibilities. A Paragon is like an ancestor born in this time. If she returned, her vote would outweigh the entire assembly. Anyone with her support could take the throne unchallenged.
Alright. If I get troops, I'll find Branca.
I was hoping you'd say that. So far, my men have traced Branca to Caradin's Cross, an ancient crossroad lost to the Darkspawn 4 centuries ago. Her trail ends there. Perhaps with your Warden's expertise, you can find what my men could not.
Alright. What Branca won't support you?
I was hoping you could use your legendary charm to persuade her that the rightful king should take the throne. However, if the deep roads have addled her wits, it might be best she not return before the kingship is decided.
What is Branca even like, man?
I did not know her personally. 2 years ago, I was still considered a child, not one to consort with Orzamar's finest. From what I hear, her intellect was unrivaled, but the social graces were beneath the notice of one so gifted.
Where's Caradin's Cross?
You must enter the deep roads through the mines. To protect the city, that's the only path we leave open. Caradin's Cross lies many miles deep into the tunnels. It was once a main thoroughfare, but before Branca, no one had stepped foot there in generations.
I'll leave her down to find her.
You have my thanks. Seek her in Caradin's Cross. I will try to delay the vote until you return.
Easily sidetracked by completing more side quests. Speaking of which, there's another side quest I can complete in here.
It shall be done.
Actually find the... Oh, there's also a Swirl Master to deal with here, too.
Please be quiet. My patient needs a rest.
Keith Sarjbaka.
Politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer, and she got dosed by mistake. I've never seen anything this potent.
Can I help?
Warden, I don't know. Maybe you've seen something like this on the surface. Maybe you've used something like it. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you, but I won't get my hopes up. The stone will take her soon.
Alright. Okay. Master herbalism to make this regicide antidote. Well, that's kind of amazing, but okay.
As you say.
Frederica. Is there? But you don't need to. I mean, what? That's silly. You
Very
don't
well.
need to, my child. Well. Balin, you're a bad person. Are we done, Warden? in the actual heck happened here?
What's going on? By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things. Thanks again, Warden.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright, that tunneling nonsense is still weird to me. Okay. Another love letter here. Hit the file.
Let's make this quick! Yeah! Right then.
Alright. I think that's the last scrap of paper. Heavy plate. Alright. Alright, here we go.
There you are. I thought I'd spoken to a Grey Warden, but for some reason I chalked it up to the drink. I know you're down here to look for Branca, and I need to ask a favor.
Huh. You're Ogren, right?
You remembered. I'm sodding touched. Maybe now that His Highness thinks my Branca can be rescued, you don't think I'm quite so crazy, huh? But they haven't found Branca herself, and that means whatever they've got, it's not enough if you don't know what she was looking for. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branca. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
Sounds like we have a deal.
You should know that Branca was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caradin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branca planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caradin's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years.
Balin gave me a map, I can get the Caradin's cross.
If Balin managed to find it, that's only because he's got dozens of warriors he can send to search night and day. If we're going, let's get moving. Branca's not gonna sodding find herself.
At this point, I think Ogren's locked into your... Oh, well, Ogren should be.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission.
Open your eyes, man! This Grey Warden is on a quest to find your Paragon! Do I have to take your stinking head off?
What Ogren's trying to say is that we have permission.
Ogren could have been Adesha for House Branca. I suppose he's the next best thing in both skill and arrogance. You may pass. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this line.
Alright. What do you know of Paragon Branca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
If anyone could survive, it'd be her. She'd do it just to spite me.
You've been saying that for years, Ogren. Nobody survives that long.
Alright, are dogs the only danger in the tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Alright. So we're... yeah. Let's go.
Best of luck.
Yeah, the deep roads. A whole other map just to explore them. Jesus Christ.
Caradin's Cross. I can't believe Balin actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
What's so important about Orton Tig?
It's the home of Caradin, the Paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house, and even then, he spent most of his time in their Tig. Branka figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located.
What do you know about... Who is Caradin again?
Only Branka's hero, the most famed Paragon ever to rise from Smith Cast. He built the anvil, and he's the only one who ever knew its secret.
Do you know anything else about the anvil?
No one but Caradin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil, but no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branka was sure she could find out.
Alright. We know to go from here.
Aye. Branka dug up some maps of the ancient
I mean,
Empire.
I already know
It's a
who's
little
going to
tough
actually
to
take us to
tell with so much of it
but I might as well
collapsed
just
now.
have this whole
But near
conversation
as I
right
can
here.
figure, we're on the right path to Orton Tig.
Let's go then.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
Okay. That person right there is who we're going to be talking to. So let's get going. Oh, right. I have absolutely no idea why that's still there. Hey, you, stop your that. What the? I didn't know Darkstar could talk. I didn't know donkeys could either. Yeah, here I have one in front of me. Now, better keep quiet and come with me. As my prisoners prefer you to fall rather than have to drag your corpses all the way through the deep roads. I have never seen an intelligent Darkspawn, let alone talk with one. Well, intelligent Darkspawn want to talk with you, yes, sure. I don't remember much of what happened to me, only the tall one with the mask. Before that, everything is foggy. Oh, look, it's immersive, too, because that ties into Dragon Age Awakening. But that was his nonsense. Distract the mission. Look, either you come with me or you die right now, or you die a few steps ahead. What do you choose? Alright, show the way, monster. Yeah! Archdemon is right there. Incredible. Okay. Asunder. Admiral Topsider. Topsider's Honor. Admiral Topsider. Drifter's Cache. Cross. Cut Drifters. The Dead Cast. The Dead Cast completed. Wars Warrior History Chapter 1. Wars Warrior History Chapter 2. Basically, we're getting everything, just like with the Skip the Fate mod and the Skip Orzammar mods. This is a mod created by people who want to play Origins, but already went through the Deep Roads enough times without mods to understand, to basically have the opinion that, nah, Deep Roads are pretty not fun. Alright. Girds, there's hope. Found rock. We have the Thorn of the Dead Gods, which is now rank 9. Okay. Bloodline, Mountainstar's Haft. Topsider's Honor. Forge Master's Hammer as well. Spear Thrower. Alright. Also, Legion of the Dead armor set. Mostly for looks, but as you can tell, it's just kind of really not good. Alright, so here we are, Lair of the Brute Brothers. We will serve as Lucius Roofer, then I'll be done with my mission. It was lovely talking to the Deep Roads, but you know I'm a great warden. What? A great? I used to always serve you. My great warden sensing has become dull since the awakening. Now it's usually must have reserved places. Run for your life if you can, demon. Alright. So anyway. Well, level 25. Alright. Morgan. Yeah, sure, let's go for more of that. I really don't see why we shouldn't.
Brood mother, 'tis begun.
Okay, so we're gonna fight the Brute Mother first. Well, yeah, this is ugly. the power of a brood mother.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love, the stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
And that's the end, the sad tale of Branka's, yeah, basically Branka willingly sacrificed her entire house in order to get into the dead trenches, and basically just had her entire house annihilated, basically. So, give me a second here, because I am looking for something. Okay, so what I'm actually looking for is actually at the Anvil of the Void specifically. Now I can visit all these tags if you feel like it, but we're just going to go to the Anvil of the Void. Branka went cuckoo is what we're really trying to get at here. What I'm trying to communicate to all of you watching. She went cuckoo for Caradin puffs.
If Branka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
What was that?
And there's no turning back.
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Branka, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Enrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
Osmar is the new king defending against the Blight.
A king won't defeat a blight. We've had 40 generations of kings, and lost everything. I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void, the means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it.
But of course there's catch.
The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Does that include Hesrith and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradin's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your Paragon.
She's nutso and completely irredeemable. Well, you can convince her to redeem herself at the very last minute, but it's one of those I have to pay for my sins by joining the people I threw away type of thing. Alright.
I needed people to test Caradin's traps.
I shall do it.
Through except my trial and error. I sent them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespith. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed.
And we are now at Master Wardens.
Good, another down. Best be wary.
Why are you people so determined to literally go all the way over the place? Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to this except... So, the long and short of it is that Darkspawn reproduce in one of two ways. The taint itself that's usually caused by the blight via infection to another species, human, elf, etc. That turns you into a Darkspawn eventually. But the second way is the most gruesome one. It involves using a four-letter word that starts with the word R, and I will absolutely not mention on YouTube whatsoever.
As you say.
Because I don't want to be crazy. But basically, after a female dwarf is R-A-P-E-D'd, they turn to a broodmother, and then that broodmother will then start endlessly producing more Darkspawn. There's a limit, of course, and one broodmother can only break so many Darkspawn, thank God, but to the bitter end. Alright. And we can just go through the gas valve. This is freaking, what a freaking asshole. Heavy plate armor Dragonborn.
As you say.
Alright then. Nice. This boss has always been one of my favorites in this game, to be completely honest, even though I have absolutely no idea what it actually does.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Forgotten spirit. Apparently this spirit forgot what it was like to be eaten by a werewolf. Ooh, okay. Blood frenzy. Rage. Oh, look at this. Inflicting even more damage to the spirit anvil. Mauling the spirit to nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh boy. Okay. All things considered, this part is... When you're gonna get down to it, the actual search... Yeah, we usually have to skip, like, 3 other dungeons just to get over here is... You can understand now just how insane the pacing really is when you finally think about it. Because, wow, that's like 5 or 6 dungeons total. Like, you count everything you have to do for Jarvia, that's like 5 dungeons at minimum to get to Caradin.
Longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Caradin, the Paragon Smith.
alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. This has
Shale,
literally
the House of
nothing to
Kadash.
do with anything other than
Step
the texture
forward.
mods I'm using for Shale.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? It has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that,
Shale,
you were a dwarf,
her
just
original
as I
dwarven
was.
name.
The finest warrior to serve
My
King
god,
Valtor,
an actual pun
and the only woman to
is the basis for her
volunteer.
golem name. She
The
was
only
originally a dwarf.
woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void here in this very room and put you into the form you now possess.
The anvil of the void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
Meaning anvil, I take it.
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the anvil of the void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
Alright. Sounds like blood magic, a dangerous road.
The Darkspawn were pressing in. Originally, I only took
Yeah, mages have their blood magic, dwarves have their...
willing to trade their very lives for the chance
basically
to defend their
this
homeland.
nonsense.
But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes.
Sounds like you earned this, then.
I, trapped forever in my own creation, a fitting punishment, I suppose. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
You were a Paragon. I'll support you if you... I'll help you support his new king.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness.
Oh, you're
Help
one to
me
talk.
claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Branka, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with darkspawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
So... the problem... Look, if I look at this pragmatically, the main problem here is the control rods. If you willingly signed people up to become golems and didn't give them control rods, I think that would be... It would be like if you signed up to be a member of the Legion of the Dead. Basically. You just get a few more benefits from it. But the game is making it very clear that your only choice is a guy who is literally 1,000 years old and stewing in his own guilt. And crazy pants, crazy lady who does not really care about anything except glory. I'm not saying it's not a compelling choice. It's just that it seems like they're missing the mountain from the molehill here, and that there is a middle ground you can take that's not super objectionable. But again, this is pretty much above our heads, and we're not really meant to be the ones making a choice here. This is really more like helping the two Paragons sell their deals. This is in a lot of ways more important than helping Trian and Adukin, but the Anvil slaves and souls that must be destroyed.
So it fights with Caradin? Good. That seems right.
Have you no desire to discover this anvil's potential? It is a marvel, a tool of creation. You could rival the Maker himself with this instrument. If you destroy the anvil, I swear you will regret it.
Caradin, forgive my big titty goth GF over here. She's a ultra pragmatic type that's all about exploring the potential of things man was not meant to know.
You would not dare.
Wouldn't I if I only cared about power?
I would rather not find out. Fine. Destroy it if it pleases you.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caradin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control room! My friend! You must help me! I cannot stop her alone!
Alright, let's try this out. Bully, huh? Eyes rack. Alright, that seems to be it.
Wait, that's your face.
Listen to me.
Alright then.
Very well.
Examine the stone talent more closely. The writing is in Dwarven appears to be a long list of names, each with a stamp of the house that extends. You can recognize a few of those names. The bottom list words, we honor those who make the sacrifice of things you remembered. Augur. Shale, do you recognize this at all?
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have something to do with Caradin's words. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is something to be gleaned from them. I know not.
Ogren, what's up?
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Norzamar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both.
Alright, take a tracing then.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caradin?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
Yes, excellent idea. Just destroy it now, after all this.
Is there any boon I can
Morgan?
grant you for your aid?
No.
A final favor before I am freed from my burden.
Alright. I need a Paragon support to sell an election.
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice.
It's like a Tony Stark. Man, this was like... Yeah, this was literally something Tony Stark would be doing.
There,
I think about it.
It is done.
Oh
Give
my
it
god, what if this... Oh my god.
I do not
Marvel has rotted my brain
or
completely.
anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
I'll destroy the anvil, as agreed.
That would please me, human. You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust and I'll tongue shall. May you always find your way in the dark.
Even golems can't stand lava. Makes sense. Liberator. Alright. Where's Master's Hammer? Smith's Heart, Ring of the Warrior. Effort. Okay. as for Ogren, we're gonna give him this. The Armor of the Archeon. Oh, let's make Tyler Stone. Let's see here. Oh, we should use down dexterity and willpower. I guess we'll just keep on for the look for the moment. Silver something dust. Alright. Alright, well, that's it.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news?
The assembly needs to know as soon as possible.
Yeah, those Deshers have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Alright, Warzamar. Yeah, I have no idea what's causing that tremendous slowdown. None whatsoever.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
All right. Time to put a cap on this succession crisis.
Warden, what news do you bring?
I bear a crown from Paragon Caradin for his chosen king.
Caradin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caradin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caradin choose?
He wishes to get me to give to whom I choose.
We've argued in these chambers for too
now,
long. The will of the
basically,
Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
Right. So basically, what's supposed to happen is that Harrimont or Balin will argue against that decision if you've been 100% backing one or the other the entire game. But since we double-crossed since we worked with Harrimont long enough to not be under the impression that he was double-crossed, and Balin knows working for him, that argument never comes up. I grant the crown to Balin because he will actually enact actual change.
At last, this farce has ended, and I can take my rightful place on my father's throne.
Also, it's weird that these dwarves cannot use magic, but are
Let the
literally using
memories
magic
find
staves.
First amidst the lords of the houses, the king of Orzammar.
Do you acknowledge me as king?
I cannot defy a Paragon. The throne is yours, King Balin.
Then as my first act as king, I call for this man's execution. Guards, seize him!
Okay. Yeah, sure, whatever.
I will return to my palace to gather my generals and prepare our forces for the surface. I will see you there, Warden. You have my gratitude for all you have done for me.
Now, if you chose Balin, you have another fight on your hands, but that's about it.
You have proven yourself and more, Warden. Without your aid, I would not have taken this throne so smoothly or so soon.
Okay. Congratulations, bravo, and where are my troops?
My generals are already preparing for a mission to the surface. When you have need of us, you shall have every able-bodied dwarf in Orzammar. Since you did more than I expected, I offer a personal reward as well. This was a mall favored by my brother Trian. Take it with you, as a reminder of your ties to Orzammar.
The mall you...
Now, I have much to do.
You set your
There's
brother to
nothing
be
else.
murdered, and... Alright. You know what? I want my face one of those big statues.
I'll see what I can do. Now, I must address my other petitioners. Come back and visit sometime.
Balin's ally. Yes, I am. Okay. Alright.
So, I was thinking, we've come to know each other fairly well during our time in the Deep Roads. You're bloody fearsome for a human, and I'm a warrior without a house to defend. Wandering about killing Darkspawn with a sodding Grey Warden sounds like just the thing to keep me occupied. So what do you say?
We're glad to have you with me, Ogren.
Glad I am to hear it. You won't regret it. Now, do any of these sad sacks following you around know the first thing about making ale? Never mind. You can stop with the glaring. I'll ask him myself.
You are stone-carved, Warden. I've never seen the like. If I'd heard it secondhand,
yeah,
I'd
this
call
guy's
it
a
a
leader of
sodding
Legion of
lie.
the Dead. They're castless dwarves who
We've got a
swore
king because
off
of you. The rest
basically having any
impressive,
type of normal
but
life.
The Legion is
and are
grateful
sworn
most
to basically
for
just spend the
restored
rest of their lives
leadership.
fighting the Darkspawn.
It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly.
Yeah, basically they'll spend the rest of their lives fighting Darkspawn, like that one blood mage we found in one of the mods. And how do you fight the Blight on my side?
Nay, our place is down here. When you break the Blight, and you've got the skill, we'll make sure they have nowhere to retreat. You'll have us indirectly. That's more than any surfacer can say.
We use topside, man.
You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface, so be it. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
Okay.
News of the hour. Lord Paramount arrested, thrown into prison, awaiting execution.
Lady Days, we have to say about all this.
So I hear we have you to thank for putting a new Idukan on the throne.
How is
Okay.
I would not have voted for Balin, but I trust my mother's judgment.
Well, I see what sort of company you've taken.
Uh-huh.
The Swamp Witch has a great deal in common with my former master.
Balin has corrupted the Wardens. End this for Harrowmont.
I would hate to possession my Lord if it caused Is it telling me that
So it's
did
like
work that it wouldn't want control?
you guys realize your boy is being arrested, right?
Or is that I could.
I just received word from the palace. Revelka is forbidden to see me, and I'm summoned for a private audience.
And see his achievement for what reason? Alright. Alright. Let's turn to the Shaper. I know there's some other loser involved in all this. Alright.
Take it that the Swamp Witch and the Grey Warden are, intimate.
Oh my god.
The Warden has joined with Balin. We can't allow it.
You people need to understand. Yeah, this is pretty much what it comes down to.
Whether or not it bewitched the Grey Warden.
I have no need
You just
to force
constantly
anything
get
from
Balin
them.
and Harrowmont's supporters attacking no matter what happened. Okay.
With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my Ruck?
I'm sorry, Ruck's gone.
Oh, my poor boy.
Yeah, here's the thing. Ruck is infected
guess
by
I
the
knew,
Darkspawn taint.
I just wish I
And
could
he
have
doesn't
saved
want
him
his
last
mother
time.
to know that
Here.
that's the state
This is my
he's
husband's
living
masterwork,
in.
the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
Now we can pretty much just take care of the rest of the stuff up here.
News of the hour. Supporters of his gracious...
Balin, student, you're starting pretendable ruins for Haramon.
You guys are fighting a losing battle. I didn't put your buddy in jail.
Good. Another down.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig?
Right here.
You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Most impressive, Warden. King Balin's ascent to his father's throne has been recorded in the memories. Is there something more I can help you with?
Alright. Some tracings I'll be interested in.
What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caradin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caradin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caradin.
I can understand
much
that,
less proof of
and
this
I don't
magnitude.
particularly blame you.
Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
Whew. Okay. That's pretty much it, I think.
News of the hour. Lord Balin... News of the hour. Balin is king.
Okay. And that completes the Dead Cast quest.
Pigeon crap.
Yes.
Look at that, Lesky. You prevented a dwarven regicide.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me.
Any way you can help, you help.
And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
Truth be told, I'm more satisfied with just being happy.
Your desire?
Alright.
News of the hour. Balin is...
See in whom?
In the ward.
Alright.
Give me a moment.
Sure, take your time.
By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
Is it that strange to you?
Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the
that's
lady,
right, Bronca cheated
not
on
living
Ogren
in a
with
world without a bleeding ceiling.
That's whatever.
Well,
it doesn't
let's
matter
get moving.
because Ogren deserves
We're
better
losing,
anyway.
what you call it, daylight.
Yeah, I think that's the best place to end this whole thing. I will see you guys next time. Oh my god, I need some sleep. Lesky needs some clothes. Jesus Christ.